Hey friends, this is Jeremy with the 5 Pencil Method team, and I wanted to take just a few minutes to give you a tour, if you will, of the Art Studio experience. As you probably already know, Art Studio is Daryl Tang's online drawing school, and it's seriously packed with all sorts of drawing insight. And I just want to give you this little tour to help you get the most out of it, and help you avoid any confusion. So I'm gonna kind of walk you through the process from start to finish, although I guess there's not really a finish. But let's start by signing in. Super simple. You'll see up at the top here there's a green sign in. I'm just going to click on that. You're going to have two options. You can sign in with Facebook, or you can sign in with your email address. Facebook sign in is it's going to use your Facebook information to sign you in. It's quick and it's easy. And I'm going to sign in that way. Okay. You'll see now that my profile image pops up here, and my name. I'm going to walk you through this menu just quickly. Sign out, that's obvious. You can sign out of your profile. Now, membership status. This is where you're going to go if you, for some reason, have to discontinue your Art Studio classes. We hate to see you go, but we can understand. This is also where you will come if you need to end a Art Studio trial. So it's simple as clicking on that. And actually, since I'm a member of the 5 p.m. team, I don't have the button here, but there will be a button that you can click on. I believe it's a green button. Just click on that, and it'll automatically discontinue your membership, and you won't be charged anything after you've done that. Okay, so that's super simple. I'll go back to Art Studio here. Change password, self-explanatory. Just use your current new password and then confirm your new password and hit save. That'll let you update. And update profile, self-explanatory as well. You can see myself and my beautiful wife here. You can update images, you can update your name and your email address. And sometimes if you come into Art Studio and you log into a live class and you look in the chat, and your chat name may be something like I love dogs 649, whatever it may be. And if you want to update that, so we're not everyone in the chat's not calling you I love dogs, you can just come over here and update that information. Make sure that's your first and last name here in this box. Okay, hit save there. All right, and speaking of the live classes, every Wednesday, 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, here in the U.S., we have a live class with Daryl, and each class we cover a new topic or continue a project that we started the week before, depending on what the project is. But upcoming classes are always going to be right here on the homepage. This is just 5pencilmethod.com/artstudio. You can see up here at the top. And this is where you want to come for your live classes. There's a few different ways to get here. You can obviously just go straight to this URL, but we will also on Wednesdays send you email reminders about class. So you'll get an email in the morning, and I believe just about 2 hours before class starts, you should get one as well. And in that email, there's going to be a link that you can click, and it'll take you straight to the class. But if you happen to end up here on the homepage, all you have to do is come and you find the most recent or the upcoming class, which will be tomorrow at this point. But just click on the blue link here. All right, cool. And this takes you to the countdown. This is where the video is going to appear eventually when the class goes live. But you'll see that the chat is actually open and available as soon as you log in. And some people, like, here we go, Chris Fanning. I just love all the excitement in the 5 p.m. Who agrees with me? You are able to chat here, but it won't officially open. People won't be manning it, or at least the moderators won't be manning the chat until 7:30 on Wednesday evenings. So just know that if you ask a question in here, we'll try to look through and get to it, but it might not always happen. So if you have questions, be sure to ask those either on the Facebook group, or you can email support@5pencilmethod.com, and we can get back to you a lot quicker that way. Just a couple things about the chat. You can see down here, we have the chat feed. You can see all the new people coming in. And actually, if you click on comment here, you'll be able to type in your comment, hit send or enter. And then you have your emojis down here. You can click through those. Another quick note, I mentioned that the chat officially opens at 7:30 on Wednesday nights. But then at 7:45, Daryl will actually pop in and start welcoming people. He likes to come in and see who's coming to class and say hi and answer any questions you might have. You can come in and say hi, or tell everybody how excited you are about class. That happens from time to time. And there will also be moderators there to answer any questions that you might have. Now, the moderators, you'll see either myself, Jeremy Rowland, or Luke Miller will be in the chat. And if you have questions, feel free to ask us. Sometimes the chat gets moving a little quick, and we might miss a question the first time you ask it. So if you feel like we haven't got back to you in a reasonable amount of time, just pop that question in there again, and we'll more than likely see it at least the second time. So and please don't be afraid to ask any questions during class. I know if you're new, it can be a little intimidating coming in, and you don't know anybody necessarily, but do not be afraid to ask questions. There are no stupid questions, and if it's something that one of the moderators can answer, we'll take a stab at it. But if it's something that we need to pass to Daryl, we will do that directly and as quick as we can, and he'll try to answer that in class for you. All right, one other note on the live classes. If you've been a part of class, you'll know that at the end of Daryl's drawing session, that's the time that he spends teaching and drawing on the project, he does some critiques. These are select student critiques, and students will send in their artwork for Daryl to take a look at, and he spends a few minutes just going over what could be improved. This is an option for Art Studio members. It is an additional fee. And if you're interested in learning more about that, you can contact Diane at support@5pencilmethod.com. We do have to charge an extra fee for this because there is a high demand for Daryl's critiques. We have quite a few students, and lots of people would love to have their stuff critiqued. And Daryl would love to critique everybody's, but it's just not possible. It's just not possible to get to all of them. So if you are interested in learning more about this option, again, just email support@5pencilmethod.com, and we'll get you all the information you need. And if you choose to move forward with it, we'll get you all set up and show you exactly how you can send your work to Daryl. All right, now that we covered that, I'm going to give you a quick walkthrough of the Art Studio homepage. So obviously right up top here, we have upcoming classes, and that's basically just a calendar of events. You can see every Wednesday at 8 we have class. And then right next to each class, there is this blue link. Click on that, and that takes you again to the countdown timer. And go back here. And actually, if you get to this page after a live class is started, you'll see a video frame right over here. And all you have to do is click on that, and then you'll go immediately to the class currently in session. Okay. Now let me direct you up here to these three tabs. You can see upcoming classes, class collections, and recorded classes. Let's go ahead and click on class collections. Take a quick trip down. And here you'll have all of the class collections. These are all of the projects for a specific project that have been edited down, they've been optimized, and they've been transcribed and closed captioned. So you can read along as you go do the class, and it also makes them searchable. Okay, and then recorded classes. This is going to start with the most recent class here on the far left and go backwards. You can see we've got quite a few down here right now. And this is just a class kind of in its raw form before it's all been edited together and packaged into a collection. So you can see we go back quite a ways here. Okay. And once these have been packaged into a collection, they're going to disappear from down here and just go up to the class collection level. So that's where you'll be able to find those. All right, and one quick note here. If you were to click on a recorded class, or if you were in the live class, regardless of how you get there, you may come from an email link or right here from this homepage. If you are in a class, I'm going to stop this here so we don't run into any trouble. If you are in a class, watching, chatting, enjoying, and you need to get back to the Art Studio menu, you can always just click right here, this blue Art Studio. That's going to take you right back to the home page. Okay, so simple as that. If you ever need to find the home page, that's where to look. So let's say you ever run into any trouble, anything. You have questions, concerns, something's not working for you. Please do not hesitate to ask us for help. That's exactly what we're here for, and we've been doing it for a while, so I like to think we're pretty good at it. So if you ever have any questions or concerns, please email us. That's support@5pencilmethod.com, or you can give us a phone call at the number there on your screen. And Diane, who is just a rock star, basically, she'll do everything she can to help you out. And if she doesn't have the answer, she'll get in touch with somebody else who does. And again, you can give us a phone call. If we don't pick up, just leave a message and we'll get back to you as soon as possible. All right, so now that we've covered those things and you've gotten kind of a lay of the land for the Art Studio homepage, and hopefully a good understanding of how things work and where you can turn to if you need any help, I want to talk a little specifically about your drawing journey. It never fails. We have students who sign up and come in and they say, wow, there is a lot of content here. And yes, that is very true. We've been at this for a while, and Daryl has dropped some serious drawing insight over the years. But don't get overwhelmed. Just know that there is an ideal structure or a pattern to follow, and that's what I want to talk to you a little bit about right now. If you're just starting out, and even if you're an experienced drawer, someone who's been drawing for a while, I would recommend, or we would all recommend, that you start with the must-have pencil skills for every 5-pencil method artist. And this collection covers kind of the core principles or the fundamentals of the 5-pencil method. And you're going to get all kinds of great info about the tools and supplies that Daryl recommends. And he's going to really dig deep into the drawing skills that you need to get started. There's all kinds of great exercises and warm-ups and projects that you can tackle that they're really going to lay the foundation for your entire drawing journey. Maybe you've taken the 5 free lessons that Daryl offers. Those you'll notice there is some crossover, but the must-have pencil skills it really takes that to the next level. It's much more in depth and gives you a closer look at some of his preferred methods for drawing, not to mention some extra exercises and projects that you can tackle. So if you're just getting started, that's where I would recommend you start. Obviously, we want to see you in the live classes, drawing along on those projects as well. But, they sometimes are a little more advanced. And this is where I would recommend in your free time coming back to and learning those fundamental basic skills. And that's gonna help you at every step along the way. Okay, so once you finish the must-have pencil skills for every 5-pencil method artist, and actually let me stress that finishing them does not mean rushing through them. Please don't make this a race. There's no speed at which you need to go through. Go at your own pace, take each class, enjoy it, learn the skills, master those skills, and then move on. There's a lot of people feel like they need to come in here and catch up, and there's absolutely nothing to catch up to. Be a part of the live classes, enjoy those, and then come back and work on these at your own pace. I think you'll really thank yourself as you progress, and you've got these foundational skills that are going to help you with everything else you do. So, all right, once you finish these, once you've gone through the must-have pencil skills, we recommend that you go on to the 5-pencil approach to portrait drawing. And that's a collection here. There are 8 classes in this. And this is going to take those skills that you learned in the previous collection and kind of put them right into a real-world situation. You're going to actually draw a portrait, something that you can show off and be proud of. And really let it be a gauge for where you are and something that you can look back on in a few months and say, wow, I've come a long way. So again, 8 classes. It's going to start with the layout process. Daryl's going to show you how to use his straight edge and divider method, which is pretty incredible. It's maybe a little overwhelming for some at the start, but once you get this method, it just opens doors to incredible potential. You can get accuracy like you wouldn't believe with this method. So it starts there, and you'll work through. If you know anything about the 5-pencil method, it's that Daryl likes to work in layers. That's why there are 5 pencils. Starts with his 4H pencil and moves up progressively through the 5 pencils. And in each of these classes, he's going to start building these layers, and it's just an incredible process to work through. And nothing's left out. Daryl works with you through this entire process, and also throws in some great tools and things that are going to help you along the way. And I don't know if you noticed, but the baby's head here, that's a sphere. If you've taken the 5 free lessons, you've drawn a sphere, and if you take the must-have pencil skills, you're going to draw that sphere again. But it's incredible. The sphere exercise is so universal. That's something you're going to use in every project that you draw. Basically, everything you make is just a series of spheres. You're creating contour, and that contour gives the illusion of depth and dimension. It's all about gradation of values. So please work your way through these classes. Again, don't rush. It's not a race. Go at your own pace, and just enjoy drawing. Like Daryl always says, have fun drawing. If you get to a point where you're feeling stressed out, frustrated, stop. Stand up, take a break, do something else for a little bit, and then come back. Okay, so that's where you're going to find these classes. Again, that's the 5-pencil approach to portrait drawing. And I'm going to go back to the Art Studio. Now, if you get through this project, like I said, Daryl starts with the layout process, and he teaches you his straight edge and divider method, which again is incredibly powerful, but to some it can be a little overwhelming to start with. So if you get through that and you say, wow, I really like that method, but I don't feel like I have a great handle on it, we're going to recommend that you come down here to How to Draw Accurately Every Time. It's another collection. There are 5 classes. And in this series, Daryl breaks that method down into 5 classes. It's not just the 1 or 2 layout classes. He goes in depth and shows you exactly how it works. Shows you how to triangulate and use your straight edge and divider, for the best results. So again, this is not a mandatory. You do not have to come here. You don't even have to use the straight edge and divider method if you don't want to. We recommend that if you have trouble with that, just do what you have to do to get something on the paper. That may be using a light box or tracing or using the grid method, whatever you have to do to get it on the paper. Don't. Some people like to say that that's cheating, but do not feel like that is cheating, because if you never get started, if you get so caught up in trying to get your layout perfect and so frustrated that you just quit, what's the sense in that? If you never get started drawing, then you never get to the real joy that it brings as you start to progress. So don't worry about the layout process. Do what you got to do to get started, and come back and work on it later. Once you've got some of the more visual principles mastered. So when you've worked your way through these recommended classes, again, the journey is up to you. You're going to have, after going through these skills, if you've taken your time, if you've mastered the skills and progressed at a good pace, you're going to have a strong foundation, and you're going to have the skills that you need to take on any drawing project. Yes, the subjects will change, the media might change, but the foundational skills that you've learned, you're going to be able to apply those to any project. And so, if you come to a point where you say, man, I don't know what to draw next, just come to the homepage here, and you can scroll through class collections, and you have nearly an endless supply of projects that you could tackle. Some are more challenging than others, but like I said, you've got the skills. It's just a matter of taking your time and working through them. And don't forget that we have some different media that you could tackle. Like here we've got light and form techniques for drawing with white pencil on black paper. It's pretty incredible to watch something just kind of appear out of the black paper. And down here we have colored pencil projects you could take on. You could draw a cat or a fish or Charlie here. That was a fantastic portrait project. Lots of great feedback on that one. And you can even draw landscapes or animals or whatever you want to take on. Again, it's up to you. And don't forget about the live classes. We want to see you in the class too. Again, there's chat there. You can talk to your friends from around the world. You can talk to us, ask questions of Daryl. And it's a unique experience, and we really want you to be a part of it. Just again, go at your own pace. Take your time, learn the skills, and just have fun drawing. So I hope that helps you. I hope that gives you some perspective and some direction as you enjoy Art Studio.